Gita chapter 4, verse 21. Expecting nothing with his heart and mind, that is discipline, having relinquishes all possessions, performing actions by the body alone, he incurs no sin. Gita chapter 4, verse 22. He who is content with what he gets unasked, who is free from dualities of pleasure and pain, and does not envy, who is even in both success and failure, is not bounded by these, even though he is performed his actions. So action matter. Either you are successful or you are in the failure positions. Either you are enjoying that movement as in a pleasure one, or you are suffering and thinking that is in a pain one. But actions should be always matter most as compared to any dualities that is going to happen at that moment. Gita chapter 4, verse 23. Of one who is devoid of attachment, who is liberated, whose mind is established in knowledge, who acts for the sake of yajna, that is sacrifice, and his actions are dissolved. Gita chapter 4, verse 24. Sri Krishna continued with his wise word to Arjuna, said, for him the act of offering is Brahm, the oblation is Brahm, but Brahm is it offered into the fire of Brahma. Brahm is which is to be attained by him and realized Brahm in all actions. When you are thinking about the Brahm, it means you are thinking that whatever act you are doing, whatever action you are doing, it was all commanded by the Almighty and you are just performing the duty of his orders. Gita chapter 4, verse 25. Some yogi perform yajna merely by worshipping the Dev, known as Dev Yajna. Others by offering the yajna itself in the Brahman, and that is the Brahma Yajna, that is the fire of Brahma. Gita chapter 4, verse 26. Some offer hearing and other senses in the fires of restraint. Some offer sound and other objects of the senses in the fire of the senses. So whatever sense you are thinking with, you have to think about only your actions, and that action should be performed all the time as to consider the order of the Almighty. Gita chapter 4, verse 27. Others again sacrifice all the activities of the senses and the function of the breath, that is vital energy, in the fire of the yoga of self-restraint kindled by knowledge. That should be always come where actions, whatever actions you are performing, should be followed or should be interacted with yourself and through the knowledge only. Gita chapter 4, verse 28. Some likewise perform yajna by means of material possessions, by austerity, and by the practice of yoga, while the aesthetic of self-restraint and rigid vow offer a study of scriptures, that is the holy Ved, and their knowledge. Gita chapter 4, verse 29. Others again, who are devoted to breath control, having restrained the path of prana, that is outgoing breath, and apana, that is incoming breath, pours as a sacrifice prana into apana and apana into prana, that is always showing that life is keep moving through the breathness inside and breath outside. Gita chapter 4, verse 30. Sri Krishna continued with his wise word to Arjuna, said, at others, restricting their food, offer breath into breath. They offer the act of suspending their inhalations and exhalations as sacrifice. All these indeed are knowers of yajna, and they live a healthy life full of morality. All their sins are destroyed.